Picture this. You're pulling in a six-figure salary, driving a gorgeous car, living in a picture-perfect suburban home. But behind the scenes, you are literally one missed paycheck away from a total financial meltdown. It sounds crazy, right? Like a total paradox. But this is the actual reality for millions of Americans today. We're unpacking exactly how this happens in today's Explainer.
$100,000. You know, when we talk about the paycheck-to-paycheck crisis, we almost always assume it's just a simple math problem. We blame a lack of income, crazy inflation, or sky-high rent. But here's the thing. Math alone does not explain why nearly half of Americans earning over $100,000 a year are still scraping by month to month with absolutely zero savings, zero.
As it turns out, money isn't just math, it's emotion, it's psychology. Today we're going under the hood to look at the hidden psychological triggers, the evolutionary blind spots, and the heavy societal conditioning that keep incredibly hardworking people trapped in this endless financial loop.
So the million-dollar question, pun intended, is this. Why do high earners survive month to month with absolutely nothing in the bank? Well, it boils down to 6 specific psychological traps. Let's break them down.
All right, trap number 1, present bias and hyperbolic discounting. Now, as humans, our brains are literally hardwired for immediate survival. Think about our ancestors thousands of years ago. If they found food, they ate it right then and there because it just wouldn't keep. The crazy part, we dragged that exact same evolutionary survival instinct right into modern personal finance.
So what is hyperbolic discounting? Basically, it's our tendency to pick a smaller, immediate reward over a much bigger reward down the road. Think of it like this. Your brain literally treats future you like a complete stranger walking down the street. So when you're choosing between buying a premium latte right now or funding your emergency account, you subconsciously figure that stranger, future you, will magically make more money and have the discipline to handle it later. And just like that, saving gets pushed to next month, again.
Moving right along to trap number 2, lifestyle creep and the hedonic treadmill.
Here's how this one works. Psychologically, we get used to new levels of luxury incredibly fast. Our lifestyle inflates instantly the second we get a raise, but deflating it, that is deeply painful. Imagine you've got an older car. It runs great, gets you from A to B. But then you snag a big bonus at work, and suddenly that old reliable car feels kind of embarrassing compared to your shiny new job title. So you upgrade. Now you've got a $600 monthly car payment just to match your perceived new status. Before you know it, it takes 100% of your new, bigger paycheck just to maintain your new baseline.
And hey, the pressure isn't just internal. That brings us to trap number 3, social signaling and keeping up with the Joneses. We all love to think we make totally independent choices with our money, but we're deeply social creatures. Without even realizing it, we use stuff, clothes, cars, gadgets, to signal our status and prove we belong within a certain group.
Think about it. Historically, you only really had to compare yourself to the actual family living next door. But today, social media has completely warped our baseline. Today, the Joneses are literal billionaires, heavily filtered influencers, and the highlight reels of your most successful high school friends. When your brain constantly registers luxury vacations and the absolute latest tech as normal, you end up spending money you don't have on things you don't need, just to prove to people you might not even like that you're doing fine.
Next up, trap number 4, cognitive fatigue or decision fatigue. This is basically a state of mental exhaustion that totally wrecks your willpower and your ability to stick to long-term goals. Look, by the time the average person crushes a stressful 9-to-5 workday, battles through rush hour traffic, and handles family responsibilities, their mental battery is just completely dead.
And the fallout of a dead mental battery? Retail therapy. When your brain is fried, buying something shiny and new, like a designer jacket or the newest gadget, triggers a massive, sudden rush of dopamine in the brain. It's an emotional coping mechanism. You feel great for a minute, but the reality is you're trading a 1-hour dopamine hit for a credit card bill you'll be paying off for months.
Which leads right into trap number 5, the weaponization of frictionless spending. Modern companies have absolutely re-engineered the psychology of how we buy things. Their systems are purposefully designed to completely wipe out any psychological discomfort you might feel when parting with your hard-earned cash.
Back in the day, physically handing over paper money from your wallet caused a literal pain of pain. Your brain felt the loss. Today, that pain is completely gone. It's frictionless. You can drop serious cash with a simple facial scan on Apple Pay. One-click ordering means a package is literally speeding toward your front door before your logical brain even has a second to calculate the long-term cost.
And you really have to watch out for buy now, pay later services. These setups are perfectly designed to exploit our bias for instant gratification. They take a hefty price tag, like $200 for a jacket, and chop it up into 4 harmless $50 payments. By separating the thrill of getting the item from the pain of paying for the whole thing at once, overspending just seamlessly becomes your default.
Finally, we hit trap number 6, and this one is arguably the most insidious: financial fatalism and learned helplessness. For a huge segment of the population, living paycheck to paycheck has evolved from a behavioral quirk into a deeply rooted macroeconomic dread.
The internal monologue goes something like this. Look, I'll never be able to afford a house anyway, so I might as well just buy this luxury item today. When you're staring down skyrocketing housing costs, crushing student loan debt, and wild inflation, tucking away an extra $50 feels, well, completely pointless. Because people feel like the whole system is rigged against them, they just throw in the towel on long-term security to maximize whatever enjoyment they can get right now.
But here's the good news, we aren't stopping there. It's time to talk about rewiring your money brain.
Understanding the psychology is great, but it's only half the battle. The harsh truth is you simply cannot beat a psychological trap with sheer willpower alone. You have to actively build systems that protect you from your own brain. So here are 3 concrete steps to break the cycle. Automate your good decisions, introduce strategic friction, and redefine your social circle. Let's see how to actually do this.
Let's get practical. To beat present bias, automate your savings. Route a chunk of your paycheck straight into an investment or high-yield savings account the exact same day you get paid. If it never hits your checking account, your brain won't see it as spending money. Next, fight that frictionless spending by forcing the friction back in. Delete your saved credit card numbers from your browser, delete the food delivery and shopping apps right off your phone, and finally, use the 48-hour rule. See a non-essential item you want? You have to wait 48 hours, no exceptions. This buys your logical brain the time it needs to step in and override that emotional dopamine craving.
And our final, most crucial takeaway is this: true wealth is actually invisible. It's the money you don't spend. To really rewire your brain, you have to completely step off the social signaling treadmill. True financial peace isn't about flexing on Instagram. It's about buying back your time and bringing your baseline anxiety down to 0. So I'll leave you with a question to chew on. Which of these psychological traps do you catch yourself falling into the most? As we've seen, living paycheck to paycheck is so much more than just a math problem. It's this crazy, complex mix of human biology, corporate engineering, and social pressure. Drop a comment below with your thoughts. Internalize these lessons, take back control of your money, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.